Hi, and in this tutorial, or two tutorials, we're going to look at creating custom data for a contact record in CiviCRM. Breaking it down into two steps, one of which, the first one, is creating what we call a data set, which is a set of fields, and then the second step is creating the fields themselves. So it's a two-step process. Word of warning here, we're looking at a version of CiviCRM that's built into a Drupal website, and it's got a theming overlay on top. So what you see in this video here might not completely reflect what you work with in your own setup, but the tools, the steps, everything like that, that's all the same and standard throughout. It's just the way that the site looks. So here at the top of the record, we've got the basic contact details, name, email address, and the kind of address and demographic and communication preferences fields that are what we refer to as core fields. They come with whatever version of Civi you've got. Everyone gets these fields. So if you're coming to develop and configure and extend your site, your database, you do that by creating custom fields. So if we scroll down here, we see this site has got two sets of custom fields, custom constituent information and gift aid declaration, and that's part of the gift aid extension. So we'll touch on that when we're talking about contributions. I'll hide that for now. But constituent information, a set of questions that you want to get a bit more detail on the contacts you work with, and reflects the data that you're collecting on them, the kind of steps that you work through. So to create a new data set, and that's the first step, so the set rather than the fields, administer custom data and screens, custom fields. This is a list of all the existing custom data on the site, and because this is a demo site, it's got a build with several sets on there, and just click at the bottom, add set of custom fields. Each set needs a name. And this will obviously depend on the type of data you're collecting and the way that your organization works. Custom data can be used to extend pretty much any entity in CiviCRM, activities, events, payment, memberships. So you can choose here what you're creating the custom data for. You can select contacts from this list, and contacts will apply to any contact on the database. So that's organizations and households as well as individuals. So actually we just want to create individual data here. So we'll scroll down and collect individual. And again, you've got a further submenu of your contact subtypes, your individual subtypes on the database, student, staff. So it means you can sort of like narrow down and focus the bits of information you're collecting for each subtype. Say a staff member, you're probably not collecting the same fields as you are for a volunteer, and you don't want sort of like to have too many data sets proliferating. So just show the bits that you need for each contact. So we scroll down a bit further, allowing multiple records and inline and tab displays. Don't worry about this too much. All I'm going to do is just turn off the collapse on initial display, because that's my personal preference. If you go to the CiviCRM docs.civicrm.org, you'll get a much more detailed breakdown of what's happening here and your different options that you've got. And we'll skip over the help fields as well, and then click save. And that's it. That's your custom field created. Sorry, your custom data set created. Running ahead of myself there. So the next step is to populate that custom data set with custom data fields. That will be the topic of the next video. So I'll close that there, click done, and we'll come in back to this shortly.